Go.
I'm Mary Santa Steven. I'm 28. I'm a boudoir photographer based in Salt Lake City, Utah. I'm a Leo.
How long have you been photographing?
I've technically been photographing since I was probably 11, but professionally 8 years.
What drew you to photography?
I think it just became like a really big outlet when I got my first camera, just being able to create anything and take a picture of it, and then also just the how artistic you can be with editing.
What drew you to boudoir photography?
Ooh, kind of commercialized in a way, but it's still such a creative outlet in the way that you can pose women and things like that. So I think just originally being attracted to the body and then going from there.
You're not just taking sexy photos of women, you're creating an experience. Walk me through that.
The experience starts the minute somebody like gets on my website. I want somebody to feel comfortable and like they know me right off the bat, because it's a very intimate experience and not one that most people do. Getting into it's an empowerment experience, because I think the limiting thoughts we have as females around our body anyways, and you're put in kind of a pressure cooker of dealing with that all at once, and then on top of that having somebody with a camera like documenting some of your biggest insecurities. So it's all about kind of balancing that and constantly talking and reassuring that no matter what, like the body is art, regardless of size, shape, color, anything. Like our bodies truly are like our own art piece. So I think just creating that experience to have somebody like really start to believe that is kind of, I guess, where that experience starts and ends.
I love that. Take me through your creative process.
So I try and kind of create a story with each either like outfit or section. Like, how do I want to showcase this outfit? If you were moving or in a room or like, for lack of a better term, like showing off to your partner or somebody, like if you wanted to like be really flowy and sexy and like show off this outfit, how would they walk through that? And
What style of photography would you like to try in the future?
I think I'd like to get more into editorial. Just to try it. I don't know that it's necessarily like the next step per se.
What style of photography have you tried and hated?
I don't connect with like large family photos.
What lights you up about your work?
Definitely the empowerment piece that women get from it. I think my favorite moment from a shoot is able to shock people with like their own images, and it's like, yeah, that is you. You can embody that. You can be this powerful, or you can seem, sexy, or whatever it is. Like it's always like the shock from them that's like the best part.
What is your current mantra?
Nothing is real.
You heard it here, folks. None of this is real. What's the vision you hold for yourself and your career? What is the ultimate impact you dream of?
I think the ultimate impact I want to have is just like our bodies are great, no matter where we're at in our like self-love journey of learning to love our bodies. It is a journey, like there's no end destination. It's always going to be something new, and so just kind of like learning to be like, it's perfect how it is. Or I'm learning to love it for exactly where it's at, because that's going to make the biggest difference in how you see yourself. And I want to be able to show people like the feeling you're getting sitting there and me like cheering you on is the only thing making you look different to yourself. Like you haven't changed since you got here. You didn't change in the middle of the shoot. I didn't edit anything to send you these photos. Like the only thing was like you truly just started to feel different and empowered, and that's what's making like that shock factor. So I think just trying to reiterate like you're great how you are, and you need to learn to love where you're at instead of like constantly trying to get to an end goal of anything.
What is your biggest pet peeve as an artist?
My biggest pet peeve as an artist is probably comparison, because comparing yourself to other artists is so beyond completely pointless when in like the grand scheme of things. If you think about the reason that you became an artist, the art that you create, while it can probably be inspired by other artists, like it is yours alone. Like there's no one else creating in that way. There's no one else creating that kind of stuff. Even if it is similar, like you're doing it in a way that is all your own because you were created to create in the way that you create. And there's so many different ways to create. There's so many different modalities to create with. There's so many different places to put your creation. And so to think that somebody else is doing it better, or yeah, I think to think that somebody else is just doing it better is dumb because they're just doing it different. They're doing it in their way and you're doing it in your way. And there's nothing wrong with the way that you're doing it because you were created to create in the way that you create.
Perfect answer. Awesome. You get to go back in time to your younger self, but you can only say one sentence to yourself. What do you say?
You're going to have more lingerie clad women in your bed than any man you will ever meet. And just like leave it at that. Like I want her.
Period.
I want her to be so baffled by what that means.
What is the funniest way you've ever been injured?
Those shoes, the Heelys, were really popular when I was probably, I don't know, 8, 9. And our parents used to do this thing where they would both hold a hand and kind of run ahead and then like slingshot us forward. Well, the transition bar on the floor, I think probably where they have doors or something, obviously stuck up, and they did it right before one of those, and the back of the wheels clipped it, and I just went flying and face planted. And yeah,
It was funny I was there.
I don't think I've worn Heelys since. I think I was done wearing Heelys after that.
Plug.
I'm mostly on Instagram as Mary Kris with a K, Kris _photo. And my website is marykrissantastevenphoto.com.